Yeah, I
Where I sense trouble in your voice.
no, again, I feel myself as a unit of consciousness that is doing what you've just said is exposing. I don't. The trouble is not being able to express what I feel and see,
Ah,
and so I end up doing little nursery rhymes because that is the quickest self mirror I've been able to figure out, and it not wanting to put judgment on the experience of seeing the universe out of this focal point of consciousness
mhm.
because I realize that each of us is that focal point of consciousness. Or that's the story I tell myself. I
Well,
mean,
it's a good idea to separate oneself from the judgmental mind, but the problem is you came here to judge. My joke is that opening your eyes and saying that's a wall is a judgment. It's a judgment which limits ultimately the essence of what something is. So anytime you judge anything as what it is, you're limiting it. But that's essentially what you came here to do in this physical body. So when people judge you or when you judge other things, you're doing your job. The trick
well,
is to be able to switch back and forth between the perspective of judging and the perspective of being able to remove yourself from that judgment. We didn't come here so as to, in these imperfect human bodies, imperfect human perspectives, in order to fully take on the perfection of eternal perspective.
right.
What you came here to do is experience both, because from eternal perspective, the judgment which we experience in these physical bodies is perfect. It's part of the perfection.
Yeah. I
Here's a question. Why do you feel like it is so important to express yourself to other people?
it's not so much express myself to other people, just express. It is just uh, I guess to see the experiencing as it's occurring. You talk about taking the another viewpoint, and I do that again on a momentary basis. I have troubles getting so caught up in the thoughts that arise when I discuss things like this that I go all over the place and can't be very coherent. So
That's okay because on one level you were 100% understanding and pulling in all of this information. Sometimes the brain is formed in such a way that it has a difficult time conveying that information into verbiage. But no matter what somebody is thinking about, these kinds of messages, they do hit home because there are multiple levels of you that are listening to this conversation.
right. Well, this level says thank you for that question's answer.
You're welcome.